you too. I just wrote court delayed again at 9:20 on there. So okay.
Yeah, I just put it down here.
Y'all will be back. Okay. What did Nicole say? Did y'all reach her?
She didn't answer, so I just sent her an email with my importance on it, so we're just waiting for her
Let's see
to
what she says.
see.
Okay, thank you. I think we got it pretty underhand. It'll go pretty quickly when we get back. It's just getting used to the rhythm of it. And, you know, if I can find, you know, I'm not always going to find time to do it the day before. So I think the answer is when I do that, I'll email y'all, hey, I cleared these. So just print, you know, a screen and I'll work with it because I've already done all those reviews. And I think that'll help if y'all know which way it's going. Because y'all don't really print it till the morning, right?
No, I did them all yesterday,
Did you?
but the ones that had the payment application, I didn't think we needed to complete them. So I'll just attach everything.
Well, sometimes they've set up a payment, and then they really can't afford the payment. And so if they've set it up and I'm seeing them, I figured it's probably financial.
Okay.
I mean, because what else would they, I can't do anything else for them anyway. So. But I mean, I'll just signal a little bit better. So we'll sort it out.
All right.
Okay, I'll be right back. Hopefully I remember the stupid thing. They all like it a little different, you know. Some people don't like to swear. And he's a woman, so.
I see the bracket.
No.
Too bad it's a rainy day with frizzy hair.
I know.
Yeah, it was drizzling when I came in.
That's Miss Hughes too, isn't she the one we were saying pled not guilty? Is that who it was?
No, Scott. Yes,
Okay. All right.
Is it on the screw?
No,
Oh, Lord, you tearing it apart.
no, there's
You
a,
know, them shop people always causing trouble.
it's on the bracket, but it's like, it's a safety thing, but yeah, there's like a,
We just need to wait till after court.
yeah.
Since
Since I
I
Because I have a tree, I have a stand that we can put both of them on.
Oh, okay.
I need Yolanda's opinion.
Oh, okay.
What is the side got put on open?
Who? Like Jessica Scott. For some reason, she
Like,
pled
because
not
you
guilty.
wanted to talk to the DA and stuff.
All right, well, print me out one. We get it.
Lisa.
Okay. That's good because I already got the other one.
mean, I saw it, but she's already on. But she already said Nicole. Still got 2 or 3 times.
All right, Yolanda.
Uh-huh.
This lady, young lady, sends in a plea form. This is what she writes at the bottom. I am a full-time high school student. My mother is a single parent who is currently not working. I have a part-time job, but use monies to help my mother. If I can, I think it says complete community service in lieu of a fine, that would be helpful. So, quarter of the year out there, give it 30 days. Do you think that that can be considered anything? Actually. But we can listen to this.
She's in high school.
That's the first one. She's working a part-time job, $250. $250
I mean, the judge will probably like relook at it just because she should have probably just been set to. Well, not 15 point, but she should have been set to talk to the judge about it for teen court.
Well, yeah, that's, I mean,
So, I mean, the probably. Really? But, I mean, I don't think it'll be a problem for her to talk to the judge.
I mean, I got her updated in the application.
So she came in today.
No, she mailed it in.
Oh, she mailed it in. And then, she mailed it in and then
She originally mailed, I think she, I don't know if she mailed it in or she emailed it in. I don't know what she did. Okay. She originally, and then all she put was that she was working and she made like $170 supplement. But she put this on the bottom of the plea form.
Oh, okay.
I never read it. So they set up for 30 days to pay. Well, then she, sent an email saying, what?
I can't really.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
And then that's when it kind of got on Dean and my desk.
Yeah, you probably can reset it for her to talk to the judge about it. But it would be up to the judge. And I would just put on there, it was a new birthday. Stuff like that. Not knowing that it offered to for it.
She doesn't listen.
Yeah.
For you today, the mistakes get smaller and smaller. So you're going to take 2 vacations this year.
I might be too.
Stop.
Everybody-
She does. She usually takes one in the summer.
Don't be putting kids on this family right here.
Okay. Now if she takes 3, then we're going to the 3rd one.
That's why if I don't know the answer, I said, that's what you want. I ain't making no decisions on my own that I really don't know the answer.
My cousin was like, we want to go to Florida, we want to try to go with us. And so I was like, okay, these are the dates. And then she's like, oh yeah, and I said, we're going to go to Cancun, we want to try to go with us. And I'm like, okay, what are the dates? And because I'm trying to figure out how much I got to spend to get there and do stuff.
Yeah, because you've got
And then, yeah, and then,
at least 4 people.
Yeah, and then one of our friends in Bradley was just like, hey, we're going to Vegas, what are chocolate cookies? What are the dates? And then
you have to coordinate between that and baseball and.
well, see, and that's the problem with my cookies, you know, and going to Florida. I said, well, the problem with it is if I don't go to Florida, then I have to go to Florida from a Wednesday to a Wednesday. But then at the end of that second week, we have a baseball tournament in Corpus Christi. I go, so that's just too long for me to be away from home. Like, I just, yeah.
By the
Yeah.
time I come back on cruise, I'll be moved on. Water.
Oh, shit, by the time I get back from HEB, I'm fresh. Deal with all that.
Yeah, I would probably, I mean, you can set it for open court and then we just, re-review it, you know? Just, if, she's probably gonna tell you to set it for open court anyway, so I would set it for open court and just let her know that, you know, she had originally requested one, but due to her excuse not knowing, you know, it was overlooked and set on a payment plan. Yeah.
I'm taking it back.
No, I'm just gonna put it right here. So that we can put it up. I can feel it. I just have to figure out how to get that computer on that. I just. I think it just, yeah, just excellent. Oh, no. It's still up. Just click on this. There you go, yeah. Hit cancel. Cancel. Okay, so it'll be-
sent in, I even got my people. Mine was sticking up even when I stamped it. I can't believe I forgot this copy. I be so focused on blocking it. I was focused on to make sure that she was like,
Yeah.
I was not ready. Well, this morning I was getting ready to leave. Look at that big old black beetle bird coming from under the door. I was thinking, I mean, long. I said, oh, I gotta get this stuff. This is
They weren't supposed to be. You had set them for open floor. Oh, just put them back on open floor. Do you remember what that letter said?
from them.
Yeah.
Now, you know, they got solar.
Yeah, but it says like so many days. Click on that, yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, it was something like that. So she's gonna. So just put a sticker on it and put it okay, go down to. Just put in the judge. Just put in the judge's and she said 20 minutes.
You can just go up. Yeah. And then go down to. And then go to. That one. Try to do that example.
I was trying to see the thing that you sent was Yeah, but she's not going to know that, so. So scroll down. Where's the one? Keep going down.
That's it.
Where's did you scan in the summons? I thought I did. I did. I wrote it down. I wrote down. Click on that and see.
Well, how could they just say the same thing?
It was what you sent to the process server. The first document that you sent to the process
Can I
server.
get my email from you? I should put process server.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's your summons. So that should be, just make sure it's the same case number. That
TCC 217-00181-7189.
No.
That's not it? That's the,
for some reason looking at this, but with this, I don't know. You have one at one or one at nine. Oh, there's one at one, one at one. Okay. So go ahead and print that. So this should go to. Okay, so
Which one I need to scan?
we'll probably both of them unless you scan it.
This is 789.
Wait, no, wait. Is that one? It's gonna be the summon with you.
Oh, this one, the thing comes up black and white.
Yeah, just click on that. Yeah, oh, smash it again.
Okay.
What release? Yes. Yeah, and I think that X. No,
Oh,
no. But
say use.
yeah. Okay, and then scan this one into the 189.
Like DVD. 13 09 09 93. That's 2000. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to check this out. Okay. So, what's that? That is not 47.
You just have to do so many steps just to get it in.
Why are they different?
Because that, yeah, it does. You just have to
Oh,
do it like this.
okay.
It just takes out a lot of room.
My basically screwed up and he served 2 different mismatch cases.
No, they eventually went together. They had it. Okay, so when did they serve it to him? Okay, so they served it to him. What did they send him? Yeah, so May 7th. So, you just give it 20 days.
10 days, the first Monday. So the next Monday will be June 1st.
It'll actually be, yeah, June 1st because we're closed. So June 1st.
June 1st.
Yeah.
That's what you want
So-
to do on that date.
Yeah, so you're gonna change it to next action. So sentencing, set next action. Yep. New entry.
June 1st.
June 1st.
So that's what we do when we serve them like this. We go and count
Yes.
the-
You count 20 days from the date that they
So
serve.
they
Yeah.
have them to answer, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's 719.
And
And
one
this
day.
one.
Okay. So it should have taken. See, it's not thinking anymore, but you can check. Yeah. So, you can take it.
So now we got 2.
They should get it, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go up to the ladies' room. And that one guy's the only one on the team court. Yeah, and his was in a school zone. You want to go essay?
Yeah, employment and personal.
Okay. Anybody calling and mad? Nobody's called angry yet? Okay, good. It's only not too bad, 10 minutes. Oh, goodness. Did y'all hear from Miss Warren?
Yes, yes.
She said yes, she would take that case.
Yeah, I put a note right here.
Okay. Thank you. If the lady shows up, I don't see her, but I've got 2 unidentifieds.
I don't know what it said. Koch was, oh, here it is. But he was running late, but.
Yeah, she came and said that.
I guess he's gonna show up.
She came and said, yeah, she went down there yesterday, so she'll talk to her.
So she thought it was off.
Well, they said that it was, she said it was off.
And she came and checked and said, now you only have one on this yesterday.
Right, but did she say why it was off?
On the docket, she has says have offer.
They may be ready to take care of it. Are they online? I don't see them. But okay. To Koch, who do they represent? How do you spell the last name? Zamora. Sorry. Yes, Gloria Zamora. Okay, thank you. Gloria Zamora.
Yeah, just a minimum.
It's not like you said too, but.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and move forward. And I will say, I've got two phone numbers. One of them just looks astonishingly familiar. So it may be that it's somebody that we've recently spoken with. Miss Scott is actually on. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? Good morning. My name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to court this morning. I do apologize for the delay, although it wasn't as bad as I thought it might be. So that's better news anyway. I do want to make some announcements. Before I do that, though, I want to go ahead and make sure I've identified everybody properly. The person who has a phone number ending in 221, could you please let me know your name?
Frederick Johnson.
Okay, that's 53153. You're Mr. Johnson?
No. You said 231 now.
I said
Yeah, okay.
221, but another one lit up. Are you 221?
Okay, I'm trying to, I'm on my son. Okay, it's me. I'm on the son phone. That's it. It's me, Frederick Johnson.
Okay, you are Mr. Frederick Johnson?
Yes, ma'am. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I just want to confirm so that I don't think I'm talking to the wrong person.
Yes, ma'am.
And the 5153 is also you?
No. No.
Okay, we can go ahead and mute you, Mr. Johnson. The person with the phone number 153, what is your name?
My name is Darian Villarreal.
Okay, there you go, Mr. Villarreal.
All right.
Okay,
I didn't know if I was muted.
Sorry?
I didn't know if it got me muted or not. Sorry.
It's okay. I will actually mute everybody for right now so that I can go ahead and talk and not have, fans and things will compete with sound. So I'm Judge Person. This is the Temple Municipal Court. And even though we are meeting virtually, we are the court. And you're in court technically, but with a little more convenience, hopefully. So I do want to give some announcements real quickly and just let you know a few things, and then we'll get started. I want to let you know that when you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are all methods under the law for accusing someone. That's what a ticket is. And when you give a plea, you're giving your answer or your response to that accusation. There are 3 options for pleading: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Now, we're presumed to be not guilty. That changes if we enter a plea of guilty or no contest, and that changes if a jury finds you guilty or not guilty. Okay? Otherwise, we're presumed to be not guilty. So I will actually need to get your plea before I move forward, because I need to make sure I understand the direction you're trying to take your case. And a plea will actually tell me as the judge what you're doing with your case. So if you plead not guilty, you're really ultimately requesting that the case, go to trial. You're asking that the state prove that case, and they have a duty to do that at that point. That's not a problem, but pleading not guilty means you're invoking that process. So we don't sentence at that point. We move forward to trial, and that will start. Trial will begin with the process of a pretrial, and the pretrial has a 2-point process. One is a meeting online like this one, and in fact, that docket is meeting this morning. The other is a live meeting here in the court for cases that are not resolved, because at that point we're doing pretrial matters as well. So there are just a couple, but one is the convenience online and the other is here at the building. And then we go to trial after that, okay? So everybody has the right to have their case heard by a jury. If you've already entered a plea, we're moving forward if you've pled guilty or no contest. If you pled not guilty, you're moving on to that docket. Now, if you plead guilty, you're saying I did this. If you're pleading no contest, you're allowing me to move forward with sentencing without saying that you did or didn't do it. It's a neutral way to move into sentencing. And the only difference between that and guilty is just one, you're admitting it. The other, you're not so much admitting it, but you're not denying it either. Okay. So if you have questions about that or anything that I say here, you can go ahead and ask me when it's your turn, because I will give everybody an opportunity to be off mute and talk as well about your case. I want to get some basic ground rules and information out. And I just presume you read the information about online rules. And what I really want to talk to you about are just rights and options that you have. So when you plead guilty or no contest, normally, and this is a Class C court, so that means normally we're not sending anybody to jail, okay? People can get warrants. If you have warrants, I'm interested in resolving those warrants with you since you are here showing up to resolve it. But it's really avoidable. Like if you go to a higher level court, like a Class A or a felony court, you've got jail as a part of a sentence. Here, the sentence is just fines and costs. It's not plus some jail time, okay? People get warrants for not showing up to court or for getting into a court order like a payment plan or a class due or some kind of extension, and then they don't show up. So if you find that you're in a plan, like a payment plan or a deferred or a driver safety course option, and you can't get it done, it'd be better to just check in with us and figure out what your options are at that point, rather than just not show up, because not showing up is how you get the warrant. Does everybody follow that so far? The warrant's for not showing up. And showing up can be to give us a letter, to give us a record, to give us a payment, whatever it is, okay? So not showing up is the thing you don't want to do. If you're here and you're late because you got a warrant, you're here, so I would work with you the best I can. It's just that as time progresses into that not showing up status, excuse me, that's not gonna work. Then the options get more narrow, okay? But I'll give you every option that I can if it's available under the law, okay? So I do want to talk to you about, let's just say person walks in, they enter a plea. What are their options? So let me give you the basic options, okay? Because there's still, if you pay it out, that's an option, and we have a 30-day payment plan, or we have longer payment plans. The longer the payment plan, or the payment plan that goes over 30 days, gets an added fee. It's a one-time fee that gets added. So we're always thinking in terms of, can you pay this within 30 days? Because I'm always I know people want to save money. So I assume you want to save money. I assume people are interested in their record. And I assume people are interested in their options, or they would have just done everything at the clerk's desk. Being in here, you're affording yourself the maximum amount of information about your situation and your case. Okay. So I assume you're interested, or you wouldn't be here. You would have just dealt with it, you know. So, you know, I view people on the meeting as, you know, kind of a little more interested in what's going on. So I err on the side of giving you lots of information and making the assumption that you care about your record and your money. Okay. Because that's what it would feel like to me, I would think. So I usually curve things around those subjects. If that's not your situation and you don't want to use any of these options that I'm talking about, I'm not going to force them on you. I just want you to know about them. Okay. So there's still 4 ways to gain a dismissal right when you enter that first plea of guilty or no contest. There's still 4 ways to keep it off your record. Okay. So the first one is if you have something that can be dismissed through like through compliance. So that's things that would be things like your tail light was out and you got cited for that problem, or you had forgot to put your blinker on, or you put your blinker on, sorry, but it didn't work because there's a bulb out, you know, and you get cited for the equipment being a problem. Bald tires, registration. There's a series of those in the code books, and if you're on time, and those always require that you be on time, and you're eligible for a dismissal, I'll start looking for that dismissal option for you. And I won't even wait for you to tell me, yeah, I want to do that. I just assume you want to do that. And I'll start trying to get you to that dismissal if I can get you there. Okay. You're welcome to ask questions, of course, but I'm not going to wait for you to ask me. I'm just going to assume that's what you would want to do, is save that hassle and money. And I'll start looking for that option. For moving violations, the biggest option is going to be the driver safety course. And with the driver safety course there, you're doing a course and turning in your driving record and gaining a dismissal. You do have to be eligible to be in that program. And I will screen that with you up front. Again, I assume that you want to know about it because it does represent keeping your record clear and saving money. So with the driver safety course option, what I want people to understand, I think it's really helpful to know every ticket has a court cost and a fine, okay? And when I give you a number, I'm putting those numbers together. But in the driver safety course option, you're paying the court cost and the fine is going on hold, okay? And then you turn in your driving record and your driving class, and I dismiss your ticket if it's on time. And this fine that's been on hold, I waive that fine. Okay, so you are going to save money, even though you're going to pay for the driving record and the driving class and your court costs, because even those 3 things together are less expensive than the whole ticket. Okay, so if you're eligible, you might think about it. Now, you still have to get through the class, and people have jokes about that one, you know, that it's boring and so forth. But honestly, it's not that boring and it's not that bad these days because you can do it online. As long as you get it in on time, you can take it in stages and you don't have to necessarily sit an entire Saturday like you used to have to do that. It's a little different now. There's a little more convenience built into that. So you might think about that. That's option 2. But with option 2, I'm going to start looking to see if you're qualified. And if you are, I'll say, hey, do you want to do this? And if you say no, that's the end of that. But if you say yes, then we'll start seeing if we can get you there. Okay? The third option is called a deferred disposition. And a deferred disposition it looks like probation, but it isn't probation. Just technically, it's not a probation thing. But you're on a period of time. That's why it kind of looks like probation, of good behavior where you don't get more tickets, you don't get warrants, you don't fail to come to court. We set up how you're going to pay out the situation on the payment. Sometimes there's a class, sometimes there's a record. Okay. But if you do all the things you're required to do, or don't do the things you're required to not do, is most of it, then at the end of that deferral period, which is anywhere from usually 4 to 6 months, at the end of that period of time, I'll look. And if you've met your requirements, and it's all in writing, so you'll know what you're supposed to do, then I dismiss your ticket and it goes off it's not on your record, reported as a conviction. Okay. Now, here's the trick on the deferred, the third option. Okay. The trick on the deferred option is to request that deferred at the time that you enter a plea. Class C courts are unique in Texas because you can ask the judge directly for a deferred, in about 98% of our cases. You may also ask Ms. Warren, who is here. She is the state's prosecutor. You may ask Ms. Warren if you're on her docket for pretrial, you can ask for a deferred as well. But in Texas, you're allowed to ask the judge only in a Class C court, not in a higher level court. Okay. So, but you're supposed to be the one requesting it. And I'm supposed to assume that you know all about deferreds before you logged into the meeting today, and that if you don't ask, you don't want one. But most people have not heard of a deferred. If you say that word, they wouldn't necessarily know. And the word deferred adjudication means, adjudicate means to make your case final, adjudicate it, and deferred is delay. So I take your plea, I don't make it final yet. I put conditions that if you meet, I take your plea and dismiss. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay, so ask again if you have questions. Remember, guilty or no contest, but I'd like a deferred. That's how you make that request. Okay, so people sometimes wonder, what do I do? How do I say that? I'm just letting you know that's how you would do that. That's kind of the way that you do that one. So that's the third one. The fourth is if you are a high school student, you can look at the teen court option. In fact, I'll probably push it and try to get you to do it because it's a pretty good option. Young people are actually the number one group of people that get hurt and injured in the state of Texas. We kill more young people in Texas. We maim more young people, 25 and under in Texas, than any other state. And the only way I know to address that, because once you get a ticket, you've moved into the top group of people who are most likely to be harmed driving. So we want you safe. Teen court moves a little faster. It's not 6 months, probably about 30 days to do the things that you need to do. But if you get it done, you save a lot of money. You keep the item off your record. And honestly, if you're a young person, you're taking responsibility instead of your parents just coming in and paying a fine for you. I am more likely to see young people a second time or more, or read about them in the paper if they just have a parent pay for them. So teen court is more affordable because we want the young person being responsible, but there will be things to do, okay? And I'll need to see your student ID. Okay, so I'm gonna move forward with that information in locked and loaded, that's really, people wanna know their options. Those are the options. And really, I don't have like a secret hidden option, okay? In fact, the secret hidden option for people I know is that unfortunately, I have to get a different judge to hear their case because I can't hear cases of people that I know. So there's actually nothing that we have available that I don't put out there like that, okay? We do have some local options available that are real case specific, and those are written down sort of memorial agreements that we have between the court and the prosecutor's office. And the prosecutor, if you're qualified for one of those options, she will let you know, or on a plea of guilty or no contest, if you're qualified for one of those options, I will let you know. In other words, we're not just keeping things secret and hidden. We put it all out there on the table, okay? So with that in mind, I'm gonna start the breakout room. And Ms. Warren, if you might just give everybody a quick hand. Welcome, Ms. Warren is our city prosecutor. So she technically works for the party who files charges here. She does not work for the court or me. She is assigned to the court, and so we see her frequently, but she is representing the parties that have filed charges, okay? And if you plead not guilty, the first pretrial is a conversation with her in a breakout room in this meeting, which we're about to do. And right now, the add-on, Ms. Scott, is the only person, I believe, who has shown up. So we will go ahead and create that room, Ms. Warren, and I'll let you have that invitation first. And then Ms. Scott, you have pled not guilty. And so I'm moving you to accept an invitation to that room assignment. Just keep in mind, after you're finished listening and talking to Ms. Warren, you'll come back to this room as opposed to just leaving the meeting, because I'll need to finalize and give you some parting words, okay? Okay, thank you. You can go ahead and hit that acceptance now. And then I have people in the order that I saw them appear on my screen. I'm going to start with Edward Dawkins and Mr. Dawkins. There you are. Let me ask you to unmute. And while you're doing that, I'm going to pull up your file. And I did review your file beforehand, sir. And you did enter pleas and you wanted payments. You were in a payment plan. It looks pretty stout. And I would think that that would be a bit of a challenge. So I thought I would review with you. Give me just a moment here. Are you all unmuted? Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, we're here.
Good morning, Mr. Dawkins.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine.
I'm Judge Person.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir. And so I'm just looking, and it looks like y'all own your home, standard bills. Some things vary, of course. I know these are guesstimations and rough estimates. Let's see. And on the, well, I show the plea entered, but I'm not seeing the plea. I'm sorry. Did you hand me that? I don't have it on Mr. Dawkins. It's a rubbish charge, and the fines and costs are $581. But I actually am just pulling your plea paper up because I thought I had a plea in front of me. And if I do, I'm not finding it. So let me get on the same page with you first before we move along, okay? Okay, so a no contest plea, and y'all have paid a bit to fix the problem.
Yes, ma'am, we have.
Any hardship. Okay, I understand. You were saying, ma'am?
I was just going to say, yes, ma'am. We were hoping that you would, because we're going to have to make payment. We put all that on the credit card and we'll be making payments on that monthly. We were hoping you'd take that into consideration and find deferred adjudication on that.
Okay, have we entered that plea? I'm a little confused.
I sent the paper in, but
Just one moment.
okay, sorry.
Okay, good. All right. We did receive the plea, but we did not yet enter it. So I can grant the deferred, okay? And I was just trying to sort out how he got a payment plan if we hadn't, because I got this. I think they just sent it to him in case he wanted to do that. And I don't think, he's not signed it, so I don't think that's in effect. I got confused about it. Okay. All right. I just always want to make sure I'm moving ways that I'm allowed to move as a judge. So I do think that I want to do, just looking at your finances and taking into consideration the things that you've pointed out, I'm going to go ahead and do a reduction first. The only issue with the deferred is it limits how long we have to do a payment to get the thing paid, you know? And so even though rubbish is a class C, it's not really like it's not like a traffic ticket where it affects your insurance and stuff like that. So I don't mind granting it if we can get both things accomplished. Let me start with the reduction, and I'll need to look at the fines to do that. That'd be fine. That's a good way to do it. Okay, I can drop that fine to $250, take it in half.
$250.
Right, plus court costs. So let me give you a total. I believe it's going to be okay, dropping you from 581 to 331. Can we get that paid in a 3-month period?
We would rather not have a payment plan. If we're going to have to pay to the court, then we would rather just pay it. If you could give us a couple of days to get the money.
Yes, we can do that. Name your date, really. You tell me.
By next Monday.
Okay. I believe
look at the calendar here. So today's the 11th, the 17th.
Okay. So on the 17th, you would pay the 331 in full. Do I understand?
Yes, ma'am. And how will we have to pay that? Cash, check, money order?
I think we take all of those. You can do a card, a check, a money order, cash. You can pay online, you can come by the building and pay here. I always tell people, simplest thing is to come here if you're able and pay and get a receipt in your hand. Okay.
Okay.
And then
That's what we'll do.
and you know that we know, and we know that you know that we know, I'm going to need a signature on the deferred today. So can we get you to, if we email that to you, can you print it and sign it and either fax it or email it back, or through even a phone picture of it signed works?
Yeah, we can do that. I don't have a printer that's available at the moment.
We can
But
do it here at the court. If you're able to come in, we can just do it here at the court.
You'd want us to come in today?
Well, I'm just trying to get a signature today, so I can do
Right.
that either through an alternative, or you can come over.
Yes, we can actually, when we get off Zoom, we can come over and my husband can come in and sign that, and then we'll,
They can also give you information for how to call in a payment or how to do it online while you're here.
yeah, I wonder if they take electronic checks.
I don't know the answer to that. I
Okay.
don't take money as a judge.
Right.
That's the first time somebody has asked me that.
Because we don't want to use a card.
We're going to ask we'll ask the clerk.
There's
Okay.
usually a fee to use a card.
There is a fee to use a card here, yes. Yeah, and it's not our fee, it's the credit card companies.
Right.
fee.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
And we don't have any way to change them
Right.
off of that. We've looked into it. So we won't email it because we're going to assume that you're going to come by sometime today.
We are. When we get off Zoom, we'll get in the car and come over.
Okay, so sometime this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, they're telling me they don't take electronic checks. We're just not set up for it, is what they're saying.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Cash or money order?
yes, ma'am. That'll work fine.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll have everything at the front desk for you. Do you know where we're located?
At 401 North 3rd Street.
Yes, ma'am.
4th. Yes, I know.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, any of the clerks can help you. Okay, we do have a mask in request. Okay. All right, any questions? This will keep you from having this as a conviction on the record. Okay, and you'll sign that document, but I'm not going to require that you take a class or anything like that. It's just, don't get any more citations.
Okay.
And that to me will satisfy, I'll know that it's truly cleared up because they won't write you again.
Right.
Okay, so if there's any question about that, get with code enforcement and make sure that they are real clear with you about what they're requesting.
I think we've corrected the problem.
Okay, all right.
It's been a lot of hard work, but we've corrected the problem.
It can be. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I'll go ahead and remove y'all from the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next person I'm working with is Nicole Hughes. Hi, Ms. Hughes. Good morning. I'm going to ask you to unmute while I pull up your file, okay? How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine. I'm tired.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay. It's part of life. Working, moving. I just had a lot going on these last couple of days.
So I'm reading what you sent me, and thank you for the information. And you had a missed court date.
No, I did. This is my second court date with you. The first court date that we had was on April the 6th, I believe. April the 6th is when we had a court date, and that's when you gave me the 30 days to try to get the permit thing removed off of my driver's license. And then you were going to talk to me about doing the 144 driver safety course for the other one.
Okay, let me take a quick look at the.
So I was supposed to go to the office and sign.
Give me just a moment to review everything.
Yes, ma'am.
So we had February 22nd was our first court date. Then she mailed in, it was email. and it was sent on the 22nd. And she was having a broken down car. We gave her an extension to March 29th. And on March 29th, we set her for a Zoom. She entered a plea and wanted a payment plan, but we set Zoom April 6th, and we met with her. Let's see, we got it set for that, and we moved it to May. And at that time, we sent okay, and she needed some more time. I don't see where she was late. Y'all marked her as not on time, but I don't see that. We want to get that right every time because it matters to the person tremendously. Okay. Okay. So in reviewing it, yes, you are on time.
Yes,
And that does give you some options that otherwise you might not have. So that's real important to stay on time. You did need some time for the 144. Are you able to do that today?
No, ma'am. I just moved into a new place. I get paid on Fridays. So Fridays when I would be able to set up the driver safety 144 online to go ahead and get that started. The only thing I just needed time on was to go to the driver's license place online. The only thing they had available was July the 13th, but my mother informed me, that they have limited availability where you can go and walk in. I guess like a first come, first serve. So I'm just trying to get the hours with my schedule, the way I work as a security officer. I work 12-hour shifts. So
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Just a burning question. Do you not have a license, or are you trying to get the restriction off?
No, I have a license. It's just
Okay.
a restriction. Yes, it's the
Okay.
restriction you wanted me to get removed.
Right. So there's two cases, right? So
Yes,
one
ma'am.
is for the restriction violation.
Yes, ma'am.
The other is for driver safety. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes, ma'am.
Friday, if you have a license, insurance, and the 144 on Friday, you can get signed up.
Yes, ma'am.
And we can email you the forms, but we'll need you to sign for the extension today. You're in Cove. If we email you the extension to make it where it's Friday, can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
sign it and get it back to us either through email or through a fax?
Is it like an e-sign thing in the email?
It's not an e-sign. You'd have to print it and get it, your real signature on it.
And go fax it. Does the
Fax
library
it or
do that?
take a picture with your smart device and email it to us.
Yeah, I'll do it that way. I can go to a library and get it printed out, or however I can get it printed out and email it back. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll extend you if you sign that today. Have you been to a driver safety course in the last year for purposes of getting a ticket dismissed?
No, ma'am, not at all.
Okay, so for driver safety course, sign up on May 14th, the 144 plus the DL plus the insurance on that date, signing for the extension today, and then getting everything signed up Friday for that case. Does
Yes,
that make
ma'am.
sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then for the removal of the restriction, what was the DPS date that you were able to sign up for?
July the 13th, but I think I'm trying to go into the office. They have limited availability for walk-ins. So I'm trying to get my days off is on Thursday and Friday. So I'm going to see if on one of those days I can try to get there early and see if I can do that instead of having to wait until July.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is extend you to July 15th
Okay.
in case you need it.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
sooner the better, because that's one of those compliance dismissals, that
Exactly.
restriction. I
Yes,
believe
ma'am.
so. Yeah, I think we checked that last time. So that, you've been really good about staying on time, actually. And I want to go ahead and give you that option. So just
Thank
don't
you.
forget about it because it's so far in the future.
No,
Okay?
ma'am. I'm a great
All right.
communicator.
So
Thank you.
both of those will be extended, one to Friday, the speeding,
Okay.
for sign up for driver safety. You'll sign that extension today. The documents will come to you as well. We need those back with the 144 plus a copy of your insurance and license
Okay.
to get in that program. The
Yes,
other
ma'am.
one The other one gets extended out to July 15th.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Okay, so we'll email those extensions over to you, plus the driver safety course paperwork to get back to us by Friday with that payment. Okay?
Okay. Yes,
If you
ma'am.
run into
Thank you.
any problems, check in with the clerk, okay? Just call
Yes,
them.
ma'am. I most definitely will. Thank you very much.
Any questions?
No, ma'am, and happy belated Mother's Day to you.
Thank you very much. You take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, makes sense. Thank you. Okay, so Ms. Hughes has been resolved. Mr. Dawkins. We're moving on to Michael Wingo. And Mr. Wingo, I'll ask you to go ahead and unmute yourself while I pull your file up. Mr. Wingo, I had a request from you, a plea of no contest on the speeding with a request for teen court. I have a question because I don't believe, did we look to see if we have proof of his student status? Where do you go to school, sir?
Belton High School.
Okay, so I need a student ID today as well, okay?
Okay.
Can you get me that today?
Yes, you need me to bring it to the court?
Yes, because you're gonna come sign your paperwork for teen
Okay,
court.
that's fine.
We need you to come in and sign. You're an adult, so you can sign. You don't need to bring a parent, but
Okay.
there is a $20 fee for teen court. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
With teen court, I do require a class, a driver safety class. I have one that's geared more towards folks your age, but it's the same cost and everything and amount of time. But you don't have 90 days to take it. You've got 30.
Okay.
Okay. If you can get that done, then you would only pay us the 20 and you'd pay for your class. Turn in your driving certificate no later than June 10th. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then what we're going to do is generate all your paperwork and have it at the front desk. And you come to the clerk's desk, come sign for everything, get started. If you turned in the class next week, you'd be done. You don't need to do it on the 30th day. And in fact, it may be that they take a while to get you a certificate back. So plan accordingly, okay?
Okay, and I can come up there this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
What now? Oh, I'm sorry. It's in a school zone? It does not say that. Let's look and see. Is it charged that way? Right. Nothing that y'all have written and nothing on my visual gives me that. Where is it? Let's look at the court costs. Look at the court costs. That's going to help you. Sure enough. Okay, also because it's in a school zone, which I'm sorry I missed that, there's an essay that's going to be required as well.
Okay.
And it's standard and we'll give you the layout and everything that you have to do for that essay, okay? And that'll be due as well on the 10th. Okay?
Okay. Thank
And you
you.
head on over here now?
Yes.
Okay. Just, I'm going to remove you so you can drive on over. Do you know where we're located?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Warren. Thank you, Ms. Scott. Let me get Ms. Scott's file pulled. Okay, and I did a quick review earlier as well. She has a lot going on. I didn't fully review this. Just give me a moment. Do y'all have an agreement or are we moving toward trial?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Scott is going to enter a no contest plea, and we discussed the deferred, and I was going to talk to you about the issue she's having, but I see you have documentation. So we talked a little bit about payment. She does have an inability to do the community service because of her children's health issues. So if reduction or some kind of way with the fine doesn't work, she wants to do the defensive driving.
I see. So we're just sort of, we know we want to try to keep it off our record is
Yes.
where we're heading with that.
And the state has no objections with if she's not indigent with the judge adjusting that fine.
So I guess, Ms. Scott, I'm wondering how y'all are managing right now. Because I'm looking at this and it's y'all run out of money before you eat. So
Yes, it's been very difficult. And I really don't even know how to answer that question because some days we're blessed to have the food banks around, and we're working with the county to see what we're eligible for, and we continue to do that.
let me get a clear idea. Your taxes are not, you put the yearly taxes?
Yes,
Okay, because you put that it was monthly.
I apologize for that. I was not
Okay.
prepared for the paperwork when I came in there. I actually thought it was the court date. I apologize.
It's okay. But you put two different amounts as well.
For
One
the-
is 5569 and the other is 5255 for, I'm just a little confused. There's a monthly payment that just says monthly payment of $5,255, and I don't know what it's for. And then there's a monthly payment that you put down for homeowner taxes. And then there's a mortgage as well.
There should be a mortgage, a home taxes, and home insurance.
Is your home insurance not built into your mortgage?
No. Everything got actually really messed up. We were living in a hotel for 9 months due to toxic mold on post. We lost all of our belongings. We have actually had quite the experience here. And we were actually forced out during COVID with nowhere to go.
Yeah, it was hard to find a place at that point.
Yeah.
If you didn't have one. Okay. If you want to do the driver's safety course option, we could look at that, but I'm showing you to be indigent and I would approve a deferred with indigency. I would initially order community service subject to doctor approval. If your doctor says, you have a reason why you can't do it and puts it in writing, then I can consider that. Otherwise, I would make 13 hours due in 60 days. And that due date of 7/13 would be the due date for a note as well. Okay, so that gives you some time. Sometimes people aren't scheduled to meet with that provider right away. So that gives you a little time to meet with the provider and see what they're willing to commit to and write down for you. Because that, if it's to take care of another person, that is equally as important as to take care of yourself.
Right.
So I would just right away start with the community service, but I can waive it if I get a note by your due date.
I'm just trying to figure out which provider I should be getting the note from.
Probably your primary physician, but I don't know.
And unfortunately, they're not. We're on post for that, so they're not very responsive, and it's probably not going to happen. So I can.
It's TRICARE though, so you should be able to go see them, right?
Well, we can't make appointments right now. We can't be seen in person, and it's been very, very difficult, even medically, with our children, because all of our stuff has to have a referral, and we can't even get in to see our providers. I mean,
They don't do video or anything.
They rarely. I mean, it is like pulling teeth to get a video to do any of that. we just changed our primary care provider to try to see if we can get a better one, but it's just how the TRICARE is doing it right now on post with
Okay.
COVID. So I might admit I should just probably go with the defensive driving.
Are you able to pay the court costs, which are $149?
How long would I have to get that taken care of?
Okay, it's 144, is that correct? I can give you 30 days.
Okay. Now, how much is it after the 30 days? Is there any?
No, I just normally don't give more than 30 days, but
Yeah.
I could. How much time would you need?
Would 60 days be possible? So I could break it into two months, hopefully.
We can't take payments, but you can be your own banker and I
Right.
can give you 60 days. That would be July 13th.
That would be wonderful. That way I could also afford to pay for the course.
Right, driver's license and insurance. And you're a military active dependent?
Yes.
Do you have a Texas license?
I do not yet. We did our
It's okay. I don't need one. I need a license and then a military card. You'll send that in.
Send those in. Okay.
And when you do payment on July 13th.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and give you that extension. I'll email that to you. Can you print it and get it back to us with your signature on the extension?
Yes.
Okay. And they'll also email you the driver safety course sign up paperwork that you're going to get back to us on the 13th of July so that you have it. Okay.
Now, when does the driver's course need to be completed?
You'll have 90 days from the July 13th date.
Okay.
So let's get signed up and then get your 90 days. Okay.
Okay.
So
Wonderful.
one step at a time. Take a deep breath and maybe this will work out. Okay.
Wonderful. I thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry you're going through a hard time. I think it will get better, but I know that it'd be better to have that now, not later.
Yes. Yes.
So we will email that to you here shortly. If you don't receive it in the next, I would say less than an hour, call and check on it, okay? Because you'll need to get it back to us before business closes at 5.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Take care.
So just a quick check and see, I did not see Amaya Flores. Ms. Flores, did I miss you somehow? If so, speak up, because that is a pretrial and I'm about to excuse the prosecutor, because other than that, Ms. Warren, your docket is complete. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, ma'am. Okay, so I am moving forward. And the next person I'm going to talk to will be Jason Janczak, I believe is how I'm going to say that. But feel free to correct me, Mr. Janczak. How do you
Yes, ma'am.
Am I close?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you say it?
Janczak.
Janczak. Okay, I was pretty close. Let me get your file pulled up, sir. Let's see. He's got all out of order too. I don't see him in here. Let's see. Ariova, Fair, Bennett. This one's stuck together. Let me check. Brewer, Mateo, Nicola, Jerquan Reed, Darren Boleyn, Charles Jackson, Frederick Jackson. Okay, and his financial information, please. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Fine. We have a no contest plea, but he's 16. Where do you go to school, Mr. Janczak?
Lake Felton High School.
So hold on. I'm just gonna open it because I'm not sure what's going on with this. So he had his citation. And we accepted a plea from a 16-year-old at the Wingo.
I think we just get them to fill that out on everybody.
Sure. It's been entered, but he asked for teen court. So I'm just trying to make sure I can still get him into teen court. And I'm also checking to see if we have his ID yet. Okay. So, Mr. Jensek, where is your mom or dad?
My mom's at work and my dad's also at work.
Okay, because at 16, you actually can't appear in court without them. So here's what we can do, okay? It looks like we are scheduled for today. And what I'm going to do is send an extension to you. And I'll also send you some suggested teen court idea, and maybe you can get that back to us with your parents' signatures for teen court before your next court date and cancel that court date, okay? Because there'll be a $20 fee that I would request. Is he in a school zone?
No,
There was
ma'am.
an accident. So there's a class and a paper. And you would sign off saying you're willing to do those, and then your parents need to sign off on it. So I'll need back today the extension with your signature and a parent's signature before 5 o'clock. We can email it to you. If you can get signature and email it back, that's the easiest way, or y'all can come over, okay? And then we'll send also a teen court proposed paperwork for you to review with your parents with payment, and we'll give a 2-week extension to the 25th of May. And you can get it back to us by then. And we'll need your student ID.
Yes, ma'am.
And everything will be due on that 25th date. And that ought to save you from having to come back and sit through this again, I think you understand your options. And then the paperwork we send, sit down with your folks. The meeting will be in place in case you or they have any further questions before we proceed. But right now, I'm just going to say the $20 fee due on that day. And then the class and the ID, and then the class and paper on that form will be due. Let's say probably around June 1st. Let me double check. Let me double check. We did. June 29th for your paper and your class. But the first thing I need is the extension. The second thing I need is your paperwork for teen court. And then within that order, it'll give you due dates for your classes and
Yes, ma'am.
Does that make sense? Okay.
So I'll receive an email from you. I'll sign it with my parents and then take a picture and send it back to you.
Yes, for the extension. And then for teen court, when y'all get that all signed, and if you agree you want to do it, then you'll need to bring that by and pay the $20 fee because it's got to be cash. Before
Can I do
the
that by myself? Do I need to bring a parent?
If they've signed, you can bring it by.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Before the 25th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay. Does that make sense to you all?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So my next person is, I'm going to say this name wrong, Evelyn Nicole. And I'll ask you to unmute, but also to start your video, please.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm well, thanks. How do you say your last name?
Nicole, you said it right.
Okay, Nicola.
Yeah.
So there's a speeding charge. And did you understand the options for pleading guilty, not guilty, and no contest?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
How are you pleading to the speeding charge? The date was April 19th, sorry, the date was April 19th, and the fines and costs are $264. How are you pleading?
Guilty. I wish to take a driver's course.
Okay, let me double check. It looks like you might have missed a court date, and I just want to double check that. We don't have anything from her. Okay, so maybe we can May 10th. She was originally scheduled for court on May 10th. And yeah, we didn't. We still, there's still. Okay.
No, the ticket says on the 10th, but when I called, they say it was scheduled on the 11th.
Yes, that's correct. So what are the court costs? So your court costs are $144, and we would need to collect those. Can we collect those today from you, today, the $144?
Yeah, so how am I going to make the payment?
It can't be a payment plan for the driver safety course option. Can you pay the $144 in full today?
Yes, I can do that.
We'll need the $144 plus your license and insurance all together today. Can you come over to do that, or should we email you the paperwork, you sign it and get it back to us and call in payment?
Yes, please, I will do the second option because I'm at work. I cannot come over.
Okay. Okay, we'll email to you all the paperwork. You
Yes,
read it and sign it, get a copy of license and insurance, send it over, call and make sure we got it, and then do the payment at that time. Can you do
Okay.
that before noon, before 1 o'clock?
Yes, well, I will do that when I'm on break at 12 noon.
Okay, that'll be great. Can we get your email, please?
Sure. E as in Echo, V Victor, Y yellow, B boy, A apple, B boy, Y yellow, 27@gmail.com.
E EVY BABY 27@gmail.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you don't receive this within the next, say, 15 or 20 minutes, or, maybe up to an hour, call and check on it, okay? Okay, all right. We will go ahead and proceed forward, okay? You'll have 90 days from today, the paperwork will tell you this too, to get back the course that needs to be approved for ticket dismissal in the state of Texas. Make sure when you sign up for your course that you tell them, you'll click on that you're taking it for the Temple Municipal Court. When you get your driving record from the state of Texas, you want to get the 3A record. We put all this in the document, but I just want to make sure you know, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So when I'm sending the second document, it's just the driver's course, the safety course, and the driver's license. And the driving records.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. We had her marked as not on time, and that's happened a couple of times this morning. We really need to check on that because you affect people when you said that. Okay. Who is? Mr. Bennett. Morning, Mr. Bennett. I'll ask you to unmute
Morning.
while I pull your file. Give me just a quick moment. How are you today, sir?
I'm all right.
Okay. So I do have just a couple of questions. Give me just a quick moment. Let's see, we have some balances. And I'm just looking to see if we have anything that I need to ask anything about. So, okay, so Mr. Bennett, what I'm showing is you have several balances with the court, and I have made a determination from the information that you provided that it would be better for us to move in the direction of doing community service instead of payment.
Yeah. Well, that was the reason why I didn't do community service. I hurt my foot really bad, and
Okay, when was that?
This was in November.
Okay. How's it now?
And that was, I still need surgery. I've got nerve damage. I need surgery. I mean, I can still walk around and everything like that, but if I'm on my feet for more than 2 or 3 hours, I pretty much can't stand. But I did get in a better financial situation. I was going through pretty much a hardship during that COVID, but I did, I got evicted and everything, but I moved into a new place and everything. So I can do a payment plan. It shouldn't hurt me. I know initially, my criteria came through as indigent, but payment plan wouldn't be a problem for me and my son at all.
Okay, you made a request for $50 a month. Is that doable for you?
Yes.
Okay.
I could really do more than that now, actually.
Well, here's what we can do. I'll do some reductions. I'll have you sign, I need signature on a payment plan today for $50 a month. If you pay more, it's not going to hurt you. It's just going to make it go away faster. Okay. So you can always pay early and you can always pay more. We don't charge interest and we don't penalize taking care of business. Okay. But I want it to just stay doable all the time. Like no matter what, it's doable. And then if you find you can shave it off faster, so much the better. Okay.
Well, I can definitely do it.
Okay. Can we get a signature from you today on this payment plan?
Yeah, I can come down as soon as possible.
Okay. Let me, I'll do some reductions. Right now it's $828. And I think I can probably reduce that quite a bit. And if you're coming over to the court, then we'll have everything at the front desk in a couple of hours. Okay.
Okay. So I should come down with about noon. It should be good. Be ready.
That should be good. Noon,
All
1, somewhere in there. Okay. And if
Yes,
you just
ma'am.
sign for it, then we're good to move forward. Now, my last question. What's a good day to do payments? What you want to make the first payment today and then it would always be due on the 11th?
I wouldn't be able to even make my first payment until I get paid again on Monday. But whatever Monday is, we can do that day of every month.
Okay, I believe Monday is the 17th.
Yeah, 17th of every month would be good, man.
Okay. So you'll sign today for
Actually,
it?
Actually, can we do the 18th? Because I'll get paid Monday night. I can't come into the next day.
That's fine. Are you always paid on a Monday?
Yeah, Monday night or afternoons.
Do you want to make it due
Every other Monday.
Every other Tuesday, $25 every other Tuesday when you get paid? Or do you want to just pay one amount once? Okay.
Either or, really. We can do 25 a week or every other.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Beginning on the 18th of May.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll work on your reductions here after court, and then we'll have everything at the front desk for you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. We'll do reductions after. Let's clear folks. Okay. Do you have any questions, Mr. Bennett?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So moving forward, looking for Frederick Johnson, I believe on the phone. Mr. Johnson, I'll ask you to unmute so we can visit.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you today, sir?
I'm doing pretty bad. I'm kind of sick a little bit. Been feeling bad, but I'm
Sorry
okay.
to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you so
Um,
much. Happy Mother's late birthday to y'all.
Thank you. Your note on your plea form said that the car has insurance. You did plead no contest. Were you insured on the day of the stop, December 30th, 2020?
No, ma'am, I thought I don't know if I will, but I went and took care of that day. I didn't know nothing about
Well,
that, but
the
they do
reason I'm
have.
asking is that I don't have any proof of that, and I'd like to
Yes,
look at it to see if I can give you a break on that.
yes, ma'am. That's what I did. Bring it up there to there, but we have insurance
Let me
on
double
it.
check because I didn't see it. Let me just double
Yes,
check it. Maybe I checked the wrong file.
yes, ma'am.
Hold on just a moment. Thank you. Okay, this date of June 28th. So I'm just going to look in your file and see.
Yes, ma'am.
So you were checking your insurance the last time we spoke. We spoke
Yes.
back in April or March.
When I
March, it was
when I
March.
when I came up there, I showed the clerk that had insurance on that car. So
Yeah,
and
they
I,
would have put it in the file or else I'll need to get it because I can't just like say, well, somebody saw it sometime. I have to have it. So I'm not
yes,
seeing it. I'm just double checking everywhere that it could possibly be.
yes, ma'am.
I'll look in your other file in case it got scanned into another file, but it's not in your insurance case. It
Okay.
didn't- They don't, it's not there.
Yeah.
Um,
I sent an email. Did y'all receive the email?
So we talked about your insurance that I didn't have it April 8th, and I still don't have it. It's not really going to work to tell me that I have it because I've looked through my files now several times and we don't have that. So I
Okay.
either need to get that from you today or we just need to move on. Can you bring
Okay.
that to the court today?
No, right now I'm real sick right now. I
Okay.
have been sick. And so what I was trying to do, okay, what do you exactly need? You just need the one
I
showing this
need
insurance.
proof of insurance for this vehicle on December 30th. With you driving it, you know.
Do you still got that? Okay, I see it. I still got it, but what should we do if we don't find it?
Okay.
Because
So what's your illness today? What's going on? Is it something?
it's I just got real sick last. You did give me a time to go take care of my license situation on that. And
Yeah, I did.
but
How's that looking?
well, that's what I was trying to let you know that I've been having a problem. My blood pressure has been messing with me a little bit in my heart. I didn't know,
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
and thank you. And then I made an appointment to get some eyeglasses. So I finally went to go to Scott and White and got that prescription. I got to wait on that too, but they wanted to talk to me about surgery too. So I need to find out, why my health is real bad. I was trembling a little bit.
Okay.
How it was. So
So
I just need
it sounds like we need to just reschedule you one more time because you're not probably you're not in great shape and making decisions. It sounds like it's confusing and difficult right now due to illness, right?
Yes, ma'am. And my
Okay.
asthma got worse. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you've
sorry.
been really good, Mr. Johnson, about being on time and trying to keep up with your case. Do you have someone helping you?
Yes, ma'am. I got my wife, and I got she been with me trying to help me out a little bit.
Good. Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Is she well?
Well, yes, ma'am. She took our work to help me, to my appointments, but I'm trying to just get my foot back up under me. Like I want to finish my CDL, but you said you'll help me with that. Soon I can take care of that problem.
Well, I can certainly make it a little bit better for you if you have the license and the insurance. Can you
Yes,
write down
ma'am.
the date, the 12/30/20 is the date we need to look for insurance?
12. Okay, 12.
What do we do with that? I don't think he's good enough to do it. He's really struggling. June 10th. And I don't need a signature. I'm just going to send him notice. Mr. Johnson, I'm just
Yes,
finding
ma'am.
that you're not well enough to do court today right now and that you need a break today. Okay, so I'm going to reschedule you for June 10th, and we'll send
ma'am.
that notice out to you like we've been sending, okay, through the email and stuff, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What I would like you to do though is work on your license and bring the
Yes, ma'am.
insurance or email a copy of that insurance over to us.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Sure will.
just sometime between now and then, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm finna go to the hospital. As soon as you let me go, I'm gonna try to see
Yeah.
what's going on.
I'm going to let you go, okay? It sounds like
Okay,
you
thank
need some help.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Take care
Thank you.
and get well, okay?
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Okay. Bye-bye. I'm gonna make a note in that file. Okay, and so just moving forward, Mr. Villarreal, are you still here?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Let me get your file pulled up. Are you in a position you're on a phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in reviewing, we have currently entered a plea of no contest, but I'm also finding that making payment would be a challenge and that we should look at community service instead. Do you have any objection to that?
I really don't. I just have to have to work it around working as well.
Of course, everyone just about has to. I'll take community service from any nonprofit in your community or this one. You're over in Gatesville. A lot of times people use churches over there or the Goodwill.
Okay.
Goodwill over here, we've just found they're not, they just don't have a lot of opportunities for people. But I have had Goodwill hours turned in from Gatesville, as well as, oddly enough, people have donated time over at the county at the jail. So I don't know. You could look at animal services over there, as well as a church, library, things like that. So I will, can I get signature from you today through email and return?
Yes.
So we'll
Yes.
email you to the, you have a computer available to you?
You could email on file. I can use my phone if that's all right.
Yes, it would really be good if you could use your phone for the meetings like this, but it's fine today to be on the phone. I mean, I'm fine with it. It just makes it harder for you sometimes, but We'll email everything to you. Do we have a good email for him? And the one thing you're signing just says if you work with the city, they don't have coverage if you're injured or privacy if you're seen or spotted. Okay?
I understand.
What is it? We don't? Okay. What is it? Okay. Is it an iCloud email account?
Yes, ma'am. It'll be
Okay.
Mr.Villarreal at iCloud or 67 at iCloud.
That's what we have. Okay, we'll
All right.
email you everything. We do need that one signature back today, but I'm going to order that you perform 11 hours of community service in order to pay your fines and costs. Okay?
Alrighty, that sounds good.
Do you have any questions?
When would the hours be due by?
Oh, yes, that's a great question. June 10th. I'm sorry,
June 10th,
July 13th.
July 13th.
And if you wind up, you shouldn't, but if you needed an extension for any reason, things happen, you need to let us know before your due date so that we can not sign a warrant. Okay?
Alrighty, that sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you have a
Oops, I didn't mean to cut him off. Sorry about that. Mr. Ariella? Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
So, let's see, there's a speeding charge from April 11th that has fines and costs of $259. How are you pleading to the charge? I have a plea of no contest. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then there is a registration charge as well. And that one has fines and costs of $151. How are you pleading to that charge?
No contest.
Okay. I'm not able to approve the driving course because of a missed court date. And I did
Would
check
that-
on that.
Miss court date, was that because I didn't show up by the 3rd to the,
Let me double check the exact miss date, but I did check earlier and confirm that that was the case. Let me double check. Okay, your first court date was for May 3rd.
yes, ma'am. I thought it was a month from the day I got the ticket.
But it was written at the bottom of your ticket. I mean, it was there in writing.
Yeah. So what happened? I sold my car. I know that's kind of funny, but I sold my car. That's also the reason why the registration was out, because I don't drive it. I've been driving my stepdad's car. That's also on our insurance. And I was driving that car, and I was going to go look at another car, and I sold that car. I left the ticket in it. I completely forgot about it. And I had to get it from the person I sold the car to. I didn't get it until afterwards. I did not realize, because I thought it was just a month from the day. That's how it was, but I was wrong. And so I was wondering if there's anything I could do about that.
There isn't.
No.
No.
All right.
I can, how old are you?
21.
I could allow a driver safety course option called a discretionary. You would have to pay the full ticket, but you could still gain a dismissal. You would
Yes,
have
ma'am.
to pay it all at the same time. It's $259. And we would need license and insurance. That's preferred over a deferred, because with a deferred, you also have a good behavior period of time. And I would still require a class, because under state law, I have to on any deferred for a moving violation if you're under 25 or under.
Yes, ma'am.
So it almost is the same thing, but the discretionary course option is a little, just ever so slightly an improvement, because there isn't that sort of probation-like quality of months to not get another ticket. So, but it would keep it off your record. Do you want to do that?
Of course. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you, on that one, can you do payment today with license and insurance?
No, I don't think I can do payments today. I don't have that money right now. Is there any way
Okay.
I could do it like Friday or something?
Yes.
I get paid
Yeah,
Thursday
I can work
nights.
with you. I can work with
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.
Can you do it? Yes. Can you do it in full on Friday, the 14th?
Yes, ma'am. I should be able to.
Okay. So what we'll
I
do,
just,
like
I just bought a car.
yes, we'll extend that one to the 14th. Okay, for sign up.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll need your signature on the extension today. Are you coming? You're in Clifton, so you don't have to drive over if you can get it to us by printing it and sending us a copy. Can you do that today?
Is it okay if I use something to e-sign it? Because I know you can use like
Yeah, that's not a legal signature as far as like the law goes. So I'm not able to do it on this type of thing. People do
okay.
it on civil things, but we can't do it on criminal things right now. We're not
Yes,
set
ma'am.
up for what we would need in order to accept that. So you can print it somewhere and take a photograph
Yeah.
and email it to us. Or
I'll
you
just
can
have
come over.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you
I'll just
do
have to
that?
go somewhere to print it. Yes, ma'am.
What we'll do is also send you what you're going to also get back to us Friday. And that way you can set up how you're going to get that to us as well. Okay.
Already.
So we'll send you your driver safety course 2 documents along with your extension. The extension will give you, if you get it back to us today, that'll give you to Friday to get that back to us. And you can call in payment or pay online. On the registration, do you need more than 30 days to pay that one in full? That one is $151.
I guess next Friday. You pay the speeding one this Friday, and then the other one next Friday. Would that be okay?
That would be fine. I'll just give you a 30-day window and you can do
Okay.
how you want with that. You don't have to be necessarily methodical or all at once.
Yes.
Just on the 30th day, if there's still a balance, check in with us about a payment plan so that you don't wind up with a warrant, because warrants are expensive.
Yes, ma'am.
But it will, if you pay that within 30 days, you're going to save about, it's not a lot, but $15, and every bit helps. So
Yeah.
we'll send you that too, which is just a 30 days to pay option on that one. And that signature comes back to us today as well. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry it didn't work out, but these are
That's
the
all right.
options I have.
Doesn't hurt to
Well,
ask.
and the registration won't count on your driving record. The driving safety course option, it definitely will help with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions?
That
A
should be it.
number of emails coming to you. We need the signature for the extension on the driving class 1 with all the paperwork to follow Friday. And on the other, just signature on the payment plan. We need that back today as well.
Alrighty.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. With that in mind, I'm going to close the meeting down and we'll be done.